Morning everyone. This is the first week of the trip I did up to the Cape in 2016. First bit's just sort of cruising through Cairns, grabbed a coffee, headed on up to Daintree Ferry. It's a fairly quick ride across the ferry. There's 3 lanes there that they cram the cars onto. Once you get off, you can drive a fair way up through the Daintree Ferry, but eventually you come to a creek, and yeah, I guess you could get a car across it, but you'd probably damage it. But pretty much beyond that, there's a few hills there. It's basically 4-wheel drive only. It brings you out at Wudjil, and then it's a short drive up to this place, which is Lion's Den. Good spot, nice pub, great pizzas, all sorts of different type of accommodation there, from the grey safari tents you can see just on the right hand side there. Plenty of open grassed area, there's amenities. The safari tents have got fridges, power, bunks, double beds, deck out the front. It's really good. This is the next morning. We're just leaving Lion's Den. Plan today is to head north up to Cooktown, drop in and have a quick look at a place called Black Rock Mountain. Basically, it's got an Aboriginal Dreamtime story. It's 2 brothers who are fighting and one of them disappeared in there. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm sure you can research it. Good parking here to be able to pull over, and they've got all the plaques there that sort of describe the story as to what happens. Just basically a big bunch of huge black boulders. Anyway, after that, headed on up to Cooktown, called in the bakery. This video is from quite a few years ago now. This bakery has since burnt down. I don't know if it's been rebuilt. But having been there a few times myself, I always like to call in, grab something, and then head up to the lighthouse, which is up in the northeastern point of Cooktown. As you can see from the car park up there, really good view out to the west over the river. After that, headed back down and started heading west out to Battle Camp Road. A lot of Chinese history there when they were heading out to the gold mines, and a bit of fighting that went on. If you follow this road out, there's a creek on the eastern end of it that can basically stop you in the tracks. If it's closed, you can't get through Battle Camp Road. Luckily for us, it was open. So we started the drive all the way through there. It's quite a good drive. There's a few lakes to stop over and have a look at along the way. As you can see, the road's in pretty good nick. And at the western end of it, you come to a place called Saltwater Creek. Again, this is where you can come unstuck because they actually have a big barrier across one side of it. The rangers couldn't let us know whether or not it was open before we got there because they said it depends on the rains. Again, luckily for us, it was open, so we were able to scoot through and head across to Musgrave Roadhouse. When you're heading up to the Cape, if you got the PDA, you've got Laura, then Hahn River, and then the next roadhouse you come to is this one, Musgrave Roadhouse. Nice pub, really good meals, again good campsites. The amenities are all great. The river's just down the road from there, where you can see we've got a couple of photos of some decent birds, and there's a little dam just next to it that has a croc living in there. It's fenced off, so don't stress too much. It's not going to walk into your campsite. Following day, we scooted on up to Cowan, did a bit of shopping and kept going. There's not a great deal to see in Cowan. There are a lot of people who camp on the bank of the river just on the northern side of Cowan. But our goal for today was to get to Bramwell Station. After leaving Cowan, back on the dirt road again. The roadwork guys have been doing a great job this year repairing it all after the wet season. Just like most years, just destroys the roads. We're a couple of months into to dry here, so they've already done a lot of work and made it quite good. It'll deteriorate over the dry as more and more people drive through. Corrugations will come back. This place is called Archer River. Very expensive steaks, but again, good spot to fill up, camp if you want to. I've camped there in the past, can't complain. You're just up from Archer River itself, probably about 200-300 metres, I guess, down to the river proper, which is just on the north side of the roadhouse here. So just heading down to the Archer River itself, you can see the causeway there. I've seen photos and videos of people trying to drive across this when the wet season's in, and they're just nuts. Once you get washed off the side of this causeway, there's virtually no recovering your vehicle without a lot of damage. But if you're staying at the Archer River Roadhouse, definitely worth coming down and having a look. It's nice and sandy on both sides. As you can see, there's still pooled water there, and the water runs for the most part of the year through here. I don't know whether this is a tour bus company or just a bunch of people travelling together, but you know, I felt like sort of getting a stick out and pushing them all off the edge as I drove through. No, I wouldn't have done that. Maybe. So as I said, our plan for today was to get to Bramwell Station. However, came across the Wenlock, there's water in there, so the Wenlock River, just crossing it now. There's water in there, it looked pretty good. And just up on the left there, you'll see that there's a turn off to the left. That takes you to Moreton Telegraph Station. Like Musgrave Roadhouse, really good spot to stop over and spend a night or two. As always, good facilities, nicely watered campgrounds, and you can walk down to the river and check it out. There's a runway here that they use. RFDS would make use of it, and I suppose the telegraph station itself would also use it. It's seasonal, so there's a lot of backpackers that'll go up and work there. Towards the end of the season, obviously their availability to do things such as provide cooked meals and stuff drops off because they just don't have the staff to run it. There's just a couple of shots that I grabbed while I was there. You see you got the bird life. And then up here in the far north, we've got the blue wing kookaburra. Smaller and obviously has the blue wings rather than the constant brown colour that you see down south. Excuse any echo you can hear in the recording. Just where I am at the moment, I don't have much of a choice. But this is Bramwell Station. Much bigger than Moreton Telly Station, Musgrave Roadhouse, any of the other roadhouses that you've come across on the way up. They put on entertainment some nights, big undercover eating area, which the others have as well. It's just on a different scale. As you can see, as I was driving down the right hand side, all the guys doing the road repair, they'll often bring their trucks in here to park up and camp overnight. It's probably, I'd guess, probably 5 to 6 times bigger than some of the other roadhouses or campsites you'll come across. Bramwell's a really good spot to use as a staging area if you're going to do the old telly track, or even just to stop off overnight. But the old telly track just starts not far up from the turn off to Bramwell Station. So we're spending the night here, repack a few things, make sure everything's secure and good to go, and then head off in the morning to go and tackle the old telly track again. Haven't done it in a few years. I think it was 2014 last time I did it, before this one. So looking forward to hitting it and seeing how it's going. I'm sure some of the creeks are a bit more degraded, the entries and exits where all the the cowboys decide to drive through there at breakneck speed rather than just low range all drive. Maybe it's just the grey hair talking, you know. Anyway, please like and subscribe, as they say, and I'll put a link up for the next one where I do the southern end of our Teletrack. Thanks for watching.